You can easily spend $90 on an expensive meal out. How about investing $89.94 in your future? Just think about the possibility of coming off those prescription pills and getting rid of all the side effects. Think about feeling better than you have ever felt in your life. This is all possible for you. For only $89.94, you will receive a 7-part DVD series, Weight Management by the Book, a 30-lesson workbook with over 100 recipes, and if ordered today, exercise tubes will be included for free to help with your journey. There are many programs available, but this unique program has identified the truth about how to manage weight. This program is not available in stores. This limited offer will not last long. Pick up the phone now and dial 877-504-9628. Operators are standing by. This call will change your life forever.
Welcome back. You know, it's not easy to be sitting there and to realize that I might have a problem, that I might be taking medications, that I might feel bad, that I might have low self-esteem, that I might be hurting inside. And sometimes we try to mask the real problem. We mask the symptoms. It might be with medications, or it might be other harmful habits, or sometimes it might be even eating more than we should. Dr. McCullough, this is such a problem that's happening all over the world, and we want to have a program. We want to manage our weight by the book. You know, there's so many books out there, and in coming up with a program that's different, you know, I went to the book that I consider that had the answers, the real truth in this world. And it might not be popular to talk about the Bible, but the Bible really talks about nutrition.
That's right. Whenever I first started reading the Bible in the light of trying to find out more about nutrition, I got as far as the 11th verse of the first chapter of that book, and there it said, God created the fruits, the vegetables, the seeds in those fruits and vegetables to reproduce. And then verse 29 in that same chapter, He gave that to us for our food. And there's one funny thing I think that that is a poem-like, but it talks about how God created our food, and then men change the food and destroy the nutrition value and then put toxins in there that are harmful to us. And it goes something like this: and God created the potato, and it was very good. And then man took the potato and peeled off the fiber layer, the skin of it, and then sliced and diced it, and destroyed a lot of the nutrients by cooking it too much, and put a lot of oil in it and a lot of salt and fried it. And then man said, this is really good. So see, we've taken God's plan for nourishing our bodies and we've altered it to the point that it destroys us. Our nutrition, that so-called nutrition today, is actually destroying us. And that's the message that we have to get across. It's not because we want something that tastes good. It's because we need to get back to the original source of our food and get the nourishment we were intended to have from that food. And it's just a matter of doing that habit. If we looked at how you form a habit, there are several steps that we could put anything in there. We could put the food, the exercise, anything in there. First of all, people don't know. They don't know that they're doing wrong because it's the way they were taught. This is the way my mother prepared food. I grew up this way. What's wrong with all the fat and sugar and salt in it? That's what I'm accustomed to. So then they don't even know, and that's the first layer, just totally unaware. And then they begin to hear messages, and the next layer is contemplation. Maybe they're thinking about that. And let me just give some examples in exercise, although we're talking about nutrition here. It's a guy just lying on the couch and he's watching TV, and some joggers are jogging by his window and they're friends of his. And so he doesn't even see them. He's watching TV. But then on another day, he's heard a little bit about exercise and how important it is. And so he sees the joggers going by and he notices them. And he says, you know what, I really should be doing that. And then the third step is he goes and buys a pair of jogging shoes, because all he has now are just lying on the couch watching TV shoes. So he's getting jogging shoes. And he calls them and says, can I join you? And then he starts to join them. And then he's formed a habit of going with them, that relationship with others. He's committed to do that, and it becomes a lifestyle. And we can have that process in every area of our lives, and that's what we're teaching in drinking water, in exercising and eating right, which go together so well, in breathing properly, all the things that we're discussing. This is the way this program is so different from all others.
Jeannie, there's going to be skeptics out there that say, I don't believe in this book. I don't believe it's true. I don't believe that there's a God out there that gives us the way to live, the template for life. What would you say to them?
I would say nothing else is working. We have to find something. So we have to go back to the beginning, and we have to say, there has to be a God. We have to know that there is someone that is greater than we are, that can take our lives, and even though they are broken, they are shattered, they are torn apart, and He can work those things for our good. And when we can grab hold of a hope and say, I can have hope because of Him, and then we can grab hold of a program that teaches us the very basics, and it will change our lives. I've bought exercise equipment, spent hundreds of dollars. I've bought books. I've done everything, but not until I went back to the very basic thing that God has taught us. And heal the heart, Dr. Markham, the message that you have so graciously poured into my life. And it wasn't easy being here today.
No.
I'm not someone who gets on television, and I don't have the look that we're supposed to have to do these things. But I have hope, and I have a future because of weight management by the book.
Yeah.
It's the book that has changed my life.
Right.
And your passion to heal the heart has changed everything. And people are looking for answers. And if you say to me, what is the difference? The other programs aren't working.
Right.
I mean, even you take some of the television shows that shows these huge amounts of weight loss. And then 2 years later, they go back and see these people again, and they have all the weight back on them. And it's because they worked so hard to get where they were at, but they didn't heal the heart. And until we can get down inside of our hearts and see why we do what we do, I love our segment on addictions. And when you explain how our brain reacts, and I would start a diet at 8 o'clock on Monday, and by noon I'm like, I'm planning where I'm going to eat. And when you explain to me, Jeannie, you've got to make this change and it will help you make a better decision at lunchtime, then it made sense to me. But no one had ever taught me that. So how will we know unless someone teaches us? How would we know?
Yeah.
And we just have the answer, and it's so simple. It's not so complicated.
Right.
But it requires us to look inside and find out what kind of relationship we first have with Christ, what we have with others, and what effect those have had on our self-esteem and everything that we do.
Right, right. 2 questions. What do you have to lose by trying this program? And question number 2, what do you have to gain? You know, you take your finances and your time and you spend it on all sorts of things out there. And I do the same thing. You know, I spend money on make an investment here, make an investment there, in my time and resources. But what do you really have, even if you're a skeptic that the book will change your life, what do you have to lose by giving it a try? And what do you have to really gain? Some of the other programs haven't worked for you. What does it hurt to give this program a chance? Here's some more information on that program.
You can easily spend $90 on an expensive meal out. How about investing $89.94 in your future? Just think about the possibility of coming off those prescription pills and getting rid of all the side effects. Think about feeling better than you have ever felt in your life. This is all possible for you. For only $89.94, you will receive a 7-part DVD series, Weight Management by the Book, a 30-lesson workbook with over 100 recipes, and if ordered today, exercise tubes will be included for free to help with your journey. There are many programs available, but this unique program has identified the truth about how to manage weight. This program is not available in stores. This limited offer will not last long. Pick up the phone now and dial 877-504-9628. Operators are standing by. This call will change your life forever.
Hi, welcome back, and those of you that have watched this or joining for the first time, as we're talking about weight management by the book. And in my heart, in my practice, I've seen many different programs out there, and as you know, many of them have some of the great elements that this program has. This program, we talk about nutrition, and we talk about exercise, we talk about ways to speed up our metabolism. But what I found that really makes a difference in a life is not losing weight, but finding out the cause of the weight gain. And as Jeannie said, the cause of this is broken relationships.
Yes.
And we talk about what it takes to heal. And the weight coming off is just a result of being healed. And how do we accomplish this? Well, the real answers and how we accomplish this is given to us at creation. Now, many others have spiritual programs and they're wonderful. But one thing our program does in addition is we talk about ways that we can change our chemistry. We can recreate our mind, grow certain parts of our brain to make it stronger. One of the things we talk about is how worship changes you and how worship can actually heal you. Well, in this world that we live in, technology's here, lifestyle's here. But if we don't have the great physician at the top of the pyramid, what do we really have? And I think both of you are testimonies in your lives, in what you're living for. And those of you that are out there that are suffering these problems, that are having this brokenness, that can't seem to lose weight, that can't even seem to get on track, well, I think this is a program that's well worth you taking the time and effort to calling this number, to getting this plan, and see if it works in your heart. There's no fads. There's no special pills, there's no gimmicks, there's no you have to buy this program every month, there's none of that. It's a one-time program that will give you 7 videos that will explain some of the things we've been talking about today, and a great workbook that can get you started on this path to healing. Jeannie, I mean, you've seen it work for you.
Yes.
Charlene, you've seen this program work in your life and with the patients you've counseled in nutrition.
That's right.
Friend, let this program work for you. Give it a chance. Tell your friends about this program. This could be the greatest thing that ever happened in your life, even if you don't lose 1 pound. Because if you have the opportunity to point to the source of all healing, what is that worth? What is that worth in your life? I can't think of anything more valuable than having ultimate healing. And that healing we're going to find comes from that relationship with the God that knows us, to wants us to hold us in His hand. He will reveal truth to you, the truth that we all need. Do I have truth? No. But there's a God that will give you the power to know truth. I'm Dr. James Markham. I mess up with words sometimes, but this is one thing I don't want to mess up, is giving you a chance to have ultimate health, to manage your weight, and to have ultimate healing. Here's how you can get more information about this new and what I think wonderful program that's available.